Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special conversation on stewardship as we wrap up the 2018-2019 fiscal year. And I have with me here today Pastor Joe Watkins, our executive pastor, who's only still been with us 7 months, but we are just seeing so many fruits of your labor. And so today I want to talk about where we've been over the last 11 months and how we can together finish strong in the next few weeks. So Pastor Joe, you have been writing a series of letters to the congregation, to those who are giving with their tithes and offerings, and your first letter came out in July. There was another one in November, and they were incredibly transparent. And we have seen so many wonderful things happen since you started writing those letters. What are some of the things that have given you hope?
Thank you, Pastor. I think several things are really helping us move forward in a healthy way when it comes to our finances as a church. A number of those initiatives include we've improved our maintenance management of our facilities with the use of greater numbers of volunteers. We've increased and improved our management of our utilities and reduced our utility expenditure by about $30,000 so far this year. It's really remarkable.
It's incredible. That's not a small number.
Yeah, no, everybody just paying attention, turning off lights, turning down thermostats as they leave rooms has really been a great cooperative effort on the part of everyone. We've seen tremendous gains as we reallocated personnel dollars to be more ministry focused, and we're seeing I think a real response to the idea of being generous. We saw nearly $100,000 in response to Generous Sunday outside of regular tithes and offerings. So we're just really grateful for how people are coming together. We're also seeing increased numbers of new givers. So I'm very hopeful for the future.
That is really encouraging. And one of the things that we often talk about is we can't just ask for the congregation to live a life of generosity unless we too are being really good stewards. And we recognize that every dollar that comes into this place is a result of someone taking a leap of faith with their time, with their talent, with their treasures. And we feel the weight of that and just how significant that is. And that's one of the reasons why we've been so encouraged to just see God's blessing in both ways, in the ways that people are responding and living generously. We've seen so many new givers, and we also have been making some hard decisions. It's been a little chillier around here now and then in the office, but we are seeing the fruits of that. What are some of the things that we are going to continue to do to be the best stewards that we possibly can?
Sure. Well, certainly we continue to look at all of our activities that we might be subsidizing more than we should. And so the board of directors, along with the leadership team of the church, have been looking literally at every expense line to determine where can we be better stewards of every dollar we have. So I'm really gratified by that collaboration and the results that are coming out of that. So as we help people become aware of the kinds of things that perhaps we need to be more careful with, folks are actually leaning into that. And so I'm really gratified by that kind of change of behavior.
Yeah, there is a really big change of behavior across the board. And one of the things that really has encouraged me is to hear individuals from our board of directors say that this is the healthiest place that we've been in a while. And they are seeing the fruits of that. And again, it's not been easy, but it matters as we think about the future of this church. And we've got to do our part to make some of those really good and important decisions for the health and the future of this church. So we have 4 weeks left in this fiscal year, and we want to finish strong. So can you tell us where we are right now and how we as a congregation can help us do exactly that?
Well, in our worship folder every week, we keep people informed about where we stand related to tithes and offerings and our budget. And so a week ago, that number was $112,000 in the red. And so as we come to these last 4 weeks of the church year, we're inviting people to lean a little more, give extra, help us close that gap so we actually finish the year in the black and we can pay all of our obligations, meet everything that needs to be done, and demonstrate that we are actually living within our means.
That's right. And I'm encouraged to see the ways that people are already stepping up. We've had stories of people saying, I'm tithing 25% or I'm tithing a double tithe in the next few weeks.
Yes.
And individuals taking leaps of faith. And both individuals that we see take leaps of faith every year, but also new people stepping up. And God is doing a miracle in their own life and stretching them and growing them. And it is our hope that the congregation experiences the miracle of living generously and trusting God with our finances. It is a blessing that is felt far and wide and individually. And I would also add, I hope that we as a congregation pray that we are on our knees for the finances of this church, for the stewardship of this church, that God would give us wisdom, that the board of directors, that the leadership would constantly be looking to God to lead us and to give us wisdom. And one of the things that we often say is that the wisdom of God is not scarce, but it is abundant. And so we can trust and believe that the wisdom of God is being poured out and leading us and guiding us all. And so we hope that you take the time to pray and also pray about where God might be leading you to give generously over the next few weeks. Ask God, how God can I give? How can I participate in helping us finish strong here at Paznaz? Well, that's all for today. Thanks so much for joining us on this special conversation on stewardship as we finish strong in 2019.